Good evening. We have a lot to tell you about South Florida's recovery tonight, but first, that tragedy at the nursing home.
Oh, the story is heartbreaking. 8 of their patients are dead, and we're learning there are questions now about that facility's history.
CBS 4's Joan Murray has been on this developing story all day. She's live on the scene in Hollywood. Joan.
Just wrapping up with Senator Bill Nelson, the mayor of Hollywood, the police chief of Hollywood, updating what happened. And we did get some new information on these 8 deaths. One, that the building did have some amount of power. They were apparently using portable air conditioners that were not working very well. But then they say they got the first call at 3 in the morning of a problem, then another call at 4 a.m. And that is when they sounded the alarm and then began the mass evacuations. At this point, though, police say they have a lot more information to uncover.
A mass evacuation at the sweltering rehabilitation center at Hollywood Hills after an early morning emergency call. The independent facility, which cares for elderly and critical needs patients, is just feet away from Memorial Regional Hospital. 8 people died and over 100 patients were taken to area hospitals.
Most of the patients have been treated for respiratory distress, dehydration, and heat-related issues.
The facility said there was a prolonged power failure to a transformer which powered the air conditioning in the wake of Hurricane Irma.
At this time, we're conducting a criminal investigation into the matter. You know, it's a sad state of affairs. You know, we all have elderly people in facilities, and we know that we depend on those people in those facilities to care for our most vulnerable elderly population, and it's really sad when something like this goes on.
As word spread of the deaths and evacuations, anxious relatives rushed to the center to get information. This woman was trying to find her 76-year-old father, who was on a respiratory machine.
And I just want to know if, God forbid, he's one of the ones that passed away, or if he's okay, where he's at. I have no clue. Nobody's telling me anything, so I don't know. I'm just lost.
Now, the center's administrator released a statement which reads in part, the center is cooperating fully with relevant authorities to investigate the circumstances that led to this unfortunate and tragic outcome. Our hearts go out to the families and friends of those who were affected. As we mentioned, Senator Bill Nelson was here today. He's also trying to gather information. He spoke twice. Let's take a listen to what he had to say about this unfolding situation.
So you can see that people are just absolutely shocked that someone in a staff would not know enough that a frail elderly person is dying of heat exhaustion and would at least know to dial 911. This is what is inexcusable.
And that is what the underlying question is tonight, exactly why nobody in the center, no head nurse, nobody who was on duty picked up the phone to call 911 and say, hey, listen, we have a catastrophe unfolding, knowing that people were in distress. So police say that is the big question that they have to get answered. They continue to interview people, and this story goes on. Reporting live in Hollywood, Joan Murray, CBS 4 News.